Hey folks, this week on the Hangout we didn't get a chance to talk about the editor. Now on the previous Hangout we mentioned that we were going to convert the file format that we were previously using, which was just basically a plain text file or a Lua script. We were going to move away from that to a visual editor. And the reason we want to do that is because the content that we've started to create has become too complicated to really keep track of in a Lua file the way we were. It was just becoming too long and too hard to understand all the different symbols and their meanings. Uh, so we've gone to a visual editor, and what you're seeing here on the screen is the current rev of the editor. The current revision of the editor has an object for creating the start position, which is what this is, and it's got the round and the square builders. It has builders for the fixed turrets. It has builders for the auto-rotating turrets. And it has a builder for the rocket turret. It does not have builders for the moving platforms. I'm still working out exactly the best way to put those in. And we're going to go ahead and defer that until the next time around. But I wanted to put this in your hands so that you would be able to experiment with it if you had been waiting for it. And anyways, just a quick tour. You've already seen me using it, so it's simply a drag and drop editor. You want to go ahead and load it up in your simulator. I guess I should tell you where it is. If you look under the app folder, under editor, the editor folder contains the editor itself. And all of the code for the editor is pretty much in the file editor.lua. So it's about 700 lines of code. It's pretty straightforward. Well, relatively straightforward. Just take your time reading through it, and I think you'll see pretty much what I've done here. Let me go back to where I was. Let's see, game data. Okay, so as you saw, this is a drag and drop editor. Now, the components here I explained except for the pink one. The pink one here is you drag it and you drop it on a block, or you can just click it and then click on a block and it'll erase the contents of that block instead of having an erase button. At any time when you're editing, you can simply reload and you will find that changes have been saved automatically. So I drag and drop and then I reload the simulator, and that change I just made was saved. So let's take a look. Let me erase a little bit here and take you on a tour. One thing that's going on right now with the editor is you noticed how I dragged and then the pink block got left behind. If you find that where you like drag too fast and these things get stuck, just reload the editor. I'll fix that in a future version, but for now what you need to do is drag slowly, or simply click it and then click like so. I believe that works for these too. Yeah. So you can simply just click these if you want, and then click on the grid where you want them. So I'm going to go ahead and erase, and we'll build a quick level together. And let's go ahead and start there. Let's reload it to make sure everything worked. Okay, so when it comes up first, it should look something like this. The grid will be in row 1, column 1, column 2, row 1, etc., etc. First thing you want to do is just drop a player on here somewhere. Anywhere is good. And then let's just go ahead and make a simple level. So we're going to go to the right, and then we'll put a square. Now let's go ahead and put some spikes on here. So let's put spikes on the top and bottom. So you just click, and then let's click this one. Let's put a spike on the right, and a spike on the right. And let's go ahead and put a turret up here. And let's make it face downward. So let's just click through these until we find the one we're looking for. There it is, number 5, 180 degrees, points down. It may be a little bit hard to see in this video, but you should be able to see it just fine on your screen. You want to use the biggest simulator you can fit on your screen. Let's go ahead and see. Let's put another turret right here. And where are you? There it is. So now that'll shoot up there. And let's go ahead and put a rocket turret here. Let's make him face inwards. And let's go ahead and put another platform here. Oh, you know, I just realized another one that's missing is Charles's disappearing platform. So we'll have to put that in there later too. And let's go ahead and let's put some more turrets in here just for fun. Let's see what we got. We've tried those two turrets. Let's try the auto-rotating turret. Alright, and as you can see when you drop the auto-rotating turret on, it starts to rotate to show you kind of the direction that it's going. As we go along, if we were to add more turrets, these would not be properly synchronized. If you want to see how they would behave, go ahead and reload, and then they should all be synchronized correctly. So it's just a little detail, but as you're editing, this may give you the false impression of them being out of sync. Let's go ahead and clear that. We don't want that there. Let's see, actually, I would like to replace this with rotating to the right and firing every 45 degrees. And let's go ahead and put the monster out here. And to do that, we put another block and select a position. I see a little problem in the editor here. These should be rotated. Before I commit it, I'll go ahead and make that rotated like we've got these. But let's just see. That's no good. We don't want that. Let's go ahead and put the monster facing down. All right. So that's it. Pretty much you're done at that point. So you've edited a level. Now to get it into the game, go ahead and click on File, Show Project Sandbox. Locate the Documents directory. It's currently saving in a file called Level 1. Let's just go ahead and grab that and head over to the app game data folder and drop it in there. Now be warned, there's two versions. There is the game and the framed game. The framed game is not compatible with the level files right now. I haven't transferred the code over because I want to do that when we've got everything in. So if you're going to experiment, only experiment with the editor and the game folder, the flat game folder, the one that doesn't have Composer. So head over to game, data, and then like I just did, we just drag and drop this in here. Replace the one that exists. If we wanted to add another level, we could do that. We could say like level 2 or level, if I could type, level 2. And go ahead and do that. And let me go ahead and then we'd need to go into app, game, scripts, common, because I added 2 levels. And let me locate it. And then we would want to edit the common here and say max levels is 2. Then go ahead and say open the game version, and it should just load right up, and there it is. Okay, so that's basically the level that we just built. Let's take a tour, see how it's working. Oh, boom. All right, that is interesting. I do notice that there seems to be a problem here with offsets, so that'll need to be corrected in a later version, because this guy should be in the center of the screen. But anyways, you get the point. Okay, and let's go ahead and get to our monster, and it loads the next one. Okay, so there's a small problem here. This guy should be centered in the middle of the screen. It's probably a coding change that I made there at the last. But at this point, you can experiment with everything that's in there. You can take a look at the editor, and in future episodes, we'll talk about this a little bit, and then we're going to move on to a new style of gameplay. We're going to go away from the gravity style here, and we're going to make this into a sort of like an RPG story platformer. I'm not sure exactly, but something involving all of those bits. So that should be fun. If you watch this video and you have any ideas, by all means, feel free to comment in the thread that this video is posted in. Ask for features in the new game. I'm really not going to be expanding the old game that much, but if you have ideas for the new game or the new exploration, so to speak, by all means, list them and we will consider them for future updates. All right, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.